Investigation by the Inspector General into the VA hospital in Cincinnati. This all began when a nurse was put on unpaid leave last month because of concerns about drugs. That led to a nursing shortage that forced the closure of an entire 24-bed unit. Allegedly, that unit is still closed. And joining us now to talk about all of this is Dan Monk, who broke this story today on WCPO.com. Dan, thank you so much for joining us. It has been a very tumultuous 2-3 years at our local VA medical center. Right now, as it stands, the center is still closed?
This 24-bed hospital unit is, yes. This is a medical surgical floor.
Okay.
There are 72 of those beds in the hospital right now, so 24 of those beds are shut down because they don't have the nurses to staff them.
All right, let's talk about the alleged drug activity first. And you have sources that you're speaking to tied to this entire story. We're not naming those specific sources, but everything's been verified through your investigative means.
Well, the VA has confirmed that there was a drug investigation that led to the suspension of this male nurse. What sources were telling us was that this nurse is the son of a high-ranking nurse executive at the Cincinnati VA, and the incident in which this person was removed from duty was followed by a demand for drug tests, according to the sources, on the part of the staff. Some of the staff members were upset about the fact that they were being asked to take drug tests, and they left. And that's what caused the shortage, according to the sources. Now, the VA disputes that the shortage was caused by these demands for drug tests, and they won't say anything about the identity of the person who is under investigation.
You've covered a number of stories and investigations at the local VA, and a few years ago, Chief of Staff Elizabeth Dr. Brill was brought on board to change things.
Yeah.
She is no longer in her position.
Right. In June, she was reassigned to an administrative role within the VA. She hasn't been fired. She's just been reassigned. And they're looking into what they call certain operations of the surgery division, whether or not over a weekend in May, I believe, the surgery division was properly staffed. And as that investigation continues, Dr. Brill is off the job. I think she's the third chief of staff since February of 2016, when Dr. Barbara Temek was demoted and then later fired. And you may remember that Dr. Temek was convicted in January on a felony count of illegally prescribing pain pills to the wife of a former boss. So lots of controversy, lots of turmoil there for a long period of time.
Another black eye, though, over the past few years. Of course, you can read Dan's story right now on WCPO.com. We do want to read a statement, though, from the VA here. Take a look in regards to the unit closure. It says in a statement tonight on your side, quote, "This is a temporary measure that has absolutely no negative impact on patient care. The unit will reopen on a partial basis July 23rd and reopen fully once full staffing is achieved." Dan Monk, of course, will continue to follow any developments in this, and you can read again Dan's current investigative report and his past reports on the Cincinnati VA on WCPO.com. Dan, thank you.
Thanks.